Today on Star Trek Universe, damn it, Jim! Starfleet Academy has been canceled, apparently. Not totally, we're getting season 2, but it's going to be the last season, that's it. And we're going to talk about it. All that right after this. Welcome to Star Trek Universe, the podcast where you get to listen in on two lifelong friends sit and chat about Star Trek. My name is Matthew Carroll.
I'm David C. Robertson. Yeah.
I was sitting down to edit our other podcast that we recorded last night, which is a very long episode of feedback that we actually recorded. I promise it exists. And if I die in the next 24 hours and you guys never hear from me again, just know it exists. I did it. I promised and I did it.
He did.
And we hear the news this morning that they're not going to be doing a season 3 of Starfleet Academy.
Yep, that is the news. Apparently, we are absolutely getting season 2. Hopefully, they'll be able to change season 2's ending a little bit in post. And make it not a freaking cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Because they said this absolutely going to be a cliffhanger.
They're done filming as of now, right?
Yeah.
I really hope that, these new motherfuckers in charge will not decide that it is better to save a dime than to cater to the fans that love your franchise. Because this is your first thing you're doing to your franchise. Do not piss us off by a lot of us who love this show not getting an ending to the show that they have really enjoyed.
Yeah, I mean, look, here, I knew they were going to use this excuse if they canceled it, and I figured they would. But it hasn't, the entire season, it has not broken into the top 10 Nielsen streaming charts.
Sure.
Strange New Worlds did several times. Picard did several times, and that's when they started measuring that. Mm-hmm. So, ever since they started measuring it for Paramount Plus, Star Trek has it's been in the top 10.
Yeah. But
consistently, except for Starfleet Academy, which hasn't at all.
It pisses me off, though, because that's what it means to build a new property. Yes, Star Trek is a name that people know, and it's a property people know. But when you're Star Trek Picard is a legacy series, and Star Trek Strange New Worlds is on the Enterprise with those characters, and it's just if you're just going to keep stuff that's going to maintain your audience because it's a rehash of old shit, then that's going to make money, but you're never going to be able to build your brand. You are only going to get smaller. It's like that making the universe smaller thing. This is like making it smaller, and it's a bad business decision to never grow new content. It's like fucking Disney with their live remakes. You know what I mean? You're just not building a new property. The point of being a creative company is to build new things that people love, but these big conglomerates, they just want to do the safe thing, and it pisses me off. And I'm
well, I don't know if that's what they're doing. I have no idea what their plan actually is. They're developing this this film still with Goldstein and Daly that is apparently unconnected to anything. So that would be a new thing. I think, though, they're wanting to starve us a little bit and then drip and drab us with movies. I think that's what they're wanting to do.
Yeah. I just don't see. They need to do something big. I mean, if they want to go into the movie way, they want to do that. They want to do the big cinematic thing. They're going to have to do something like 2009 where they hit us with something big, flashy. I don't think it needs to be a rehash. I think it needs to be something new. They've been doing rehashes ever since Enterprise ended. They're just nothing but rehashes. I'm not saying there were some new and interesting things. Discovery, while it was new and interesting, was still hey, it's Spock's sister. It's just these weird things they force on all the content to be connected to the previous content in these very, forced ways that don't need to be that way. And this was a really cool and interesting show. I am so bought in on Caleb and Ake, and yes, Jet Reno, who was on a previous show, but wasn't the head of a previous show. It's a lot more like Deep Space Nine in that way than something like Strange New Worlds, which is like, hey, we're heading toward year one, you know, like, I'm just pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pissed off, Dave.
I understand, man. I fully expect the future of Star Trek to be grim.
I hope not. I really hope not. And I hope this isn't the thing we fear, which is the Ellisons owning Paramount and coming in and just doing what their side of the political aisle wants, which is like, let's destroy this diverse DEI Star Trek. You know what I mean? Like, it just pisses me off that they like the people that are completely opposed to the ideals of the Federation and all the things that Star Trek means are now own it. It's so gross. It's so gross. And I'm just like, maybe this has nothing to do with that. Maybe it just has to do with a poor decision about like ratings, and that sucks. And I understand it, and it could just be that. But like,
yeah,
it's
it could
hard.
be. I'm trying to be completely fair. I don't know. I don't know that David Ellison or whoever, Larry or whoever, was sitting up there going like, let's get rid of that DEI Star Trek. Like, there is a head of programming, and she apparently just said, we can't maintain this. This is not getting the ratings. We don't know.
Right.
How deep that goes.
Exactly. We don't know. But when you've got, like,
I suspect
when you've got people like Stephen Miller and Elon Musk and people like that tweeting about this show because they're scumbags who can't take diversity because they're like unremarkable white men who have to hate on other races because they want to maintain supremacy. When you have those people with all their power tweeting about the show, then then it just really seems suspicious when their friend buys the network and then shuts it down. It's the same shit when, like, Colbert was taken off the air, Jimmy Kimmel was taken off the air for a minute. Like, all of that is political bullshit. And it's just, how close can we track that political bullshit? I can't say if the show would have made it 3 seasons if it weren't for Ellison's. I can't. But
I mean, we saw Prodigy got axed.
Yeah. The thing about it is, even so let's take the political side of it off the board for a second. Even if it's a purely like financial decision and they're just getting rid of it because it's not taken off like they want to, Marvel has kicked themselves in the nuts for the last 7 years because they refuse to make sequels to properties that don't make $1 billion. And so Shang-Chi, well-beloved movie, made $400 million. That's about the same amount that, like, Captain America, the first Avenger, made. Like, you start at $400 million, people love it, the next one does 700, the third one does $1 billion. Like, you grow a franchise, so you have to consider, like, not just how much is this the ratings hitting now, but what will happen if we let this property grow. And like, Marvel has seriously undercut themselves for 7 years because they refuse to do that. And this feels, even taking all the Ellison bullshit out, it feels like the same kind of thing for Star Trek, where like every Star Trek fan I've talked to loves this show. Loves it. Yep. My in-laws, I went over to my in-laws' house, and they're conservatives, and they were like, and I mentioned that I was doing a Star Trek podcast later, and they were like, "Oh, I hear that new show's real bad," and I was like, "Yeah, not to fans of it." I've not talked to one fan who doesn't like the show, not one. I haven't, all my Star Trek like YouTubes and stuff, I know there are people out there hating, but those are not Star Trek fans. Most of them are right-wingers who are using it as a culture war fucking talking point. There's very little Star Trek fans who don't like this show, in my opinion. There are out there, I'm sure, but like, it's a fucking fun show.
Yeah, I have personally run into a lot of actual Star Trek fans who have also heard that it's real bad, and they're not meaning it like it's real DEI. They're like, oh, it's like Star Trek 90210, or it's real kidsy and CW.
So they wouldn't give it a try.
Like, it's not.
Yeah, it's a great show. Who knows? Maybe season 2 will like See, that's the thing. Announcing this I'm mad, Dave. I'm mad, and I'm not going to take it anymore. The thing that makes me mad is announcing it now is a bullet in season 2.
That's what they're trying to do. Yeah.
Exactly. So they're going to run a season 2 while all the fans, all these people that wouldn't start it during season 1, and they were like, I'm not going to pay for Paramount Plus right now because I don't really want to watch this show. All those people are going to be like, well, now this show's ending. Like, I don't need to catch up. They're not really going to end it well. Like, it's just it's a sign of lack of confidence to the point that they're going to kill season 2's viewership, and that is going to make it impossible for season 2 to rise above. And like, let's say it did get a traction in season 2, maybe season 3 would be a bit delayed because they'd have to start the writing process in the middle. But like, if you got to the middle of season 2 and you're like, oh, this show's cooking now, like, let's start a season 3. But no, now they are killing it by making this announcement. They're choosing to make it now so that it kills this thing, and that makes me mad, even more angry.
And that's kind of what I was thinking. That's what they did with Strange New Worlds. I wonder how it'll affect the ratings of Strange New Worlds, and everyone knowing that it's ending. Because a lot of people are just like, oh, it's canceled. I've seen people like, it sucks they canceled Strange New Worlds. Like, well, we're still getting 2 seasons.
Yeah.
But people just like, oh, it's canceled, it's over. And they're not going to tune in. They're never going to follow up on that. They're just going to be like, oh, it's over.
The narrative matters a lot. And being like, it's canceled versus they decided to end it after 5 seasons and they're going to wrap up all the storylines. Like, they've given it these 2 seasons and it's going to be a cool, we're going to get 2 great finale seasons, and instead the narrative is what it is. And
that's especially why I think like they're going to shutter the television side of things.
Yeah.
They're trying to be like, well, the last 2 seasons of Strange New World, they didn't do very well either.
Yeah.
Kurtzman ran his course. I don't know.
Yeah. And like, I have had my criticisms of the Kurtzman era of Trek.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. It has been hit or miss. I'm not saying he's like the best person to run this show, this series. I just think that this is the best thing they've done in a while, in my opinion. It is the most original and interesting and forward-looking show that Star Trek has made in a while, and they're just canning it after we just watched the finale of season 1, and it just pisses me off, man.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be one of those things, years and years and years ago, back in 2000, early 2000s, when Enterprise came out, the fans said this is, a travesty, and so many people were mad about it and said that it's ruining the show and it's ruined the franchise, and it didn't. It was amazing, and I enjoyed it while it was on, and then it went away. It got canceled with very little fanfare, but now people go back to Enterprise and are discovering it now, going, dude, Enterprise was really good. I hate that this is what happened.
Yeah.
So, and of course, we had stuff like Les Moonves, who we know he fucking stepped away because of sexual assault allegations and shit.
He was on Enterprise?
He was the guy that canceled Enterprise. He was in charge of UPN at the time, and he tried everything in his power to fucking kill Enterprise at the time, demanding that they have boy bands show up in alien makeup and play in like a 10-forward type of situation every week, and he was trying to get all this weird shit happening, and then he was the one that decided to cancel it.
Wow.
Asshole fucking rapist executives are always in charge of fucking us over.
And that goes the executives, that goes for these TV companies and our government. So yeah.
I mean, at this point, is there any difference?
No, seems not.
Yeah, it's like a whole human centipede up there.
Yep. Fuck, man. We got to build something new, man. Got to build something new. This is
the whole human centipede up there, except we're the ones eating the shit.
Yep.
How the fuck does that work?
This is a dark timeline, and I can only hope we get I hate that we have a government that I cannot trust is keeping their hands off our media. And I, not only do not trust, but see it daily. And it makes me so mad because these are the people who talk about, again, free market and, marketplace of ideas and all this stuff. And then they put their fucking thumb on the scale to destroy things I love that teach about tolerance and like caring about people who are different than you, beings who are different than you, who you don't understand, and approaching things with curiosity and science rather than, xenophobia.
Mm-hmm.
And just a dark day, man. Dark day. It's been a dark day for a while that this has been, since they've been purchased, and now this is just the first real like punch in the gut that we're going to keep getting over the next couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Maybe they'll give a great show to a great creator and it'll be great. But this decision does not do much for my trust in Paramount at this point.
No, I don't have any trust in them.
Yeah.
I don't know what's about to happen to DC on screen either. I'm just like, oh no.
Oh yeah, you guys are in the same boat. Fucking Ellisons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really bad. I mean, this is, Rupert Murdoch bought Fox News 30 years ago, 25 years ago, whatever, and just turned it in, or created Fox News. I don't know, whatever. Rupert Murdoch destroyed our political discourse with, that bullshit that Fox News is, that just lies every day to everyone, and keeps all our parents scared. And then now we've got this new family, the Ellisons, who are coming in and buying up our art so that we stop seeing the expressions that might lead people to have empathy for others. It just fucking...
They want us in caves looking at shadows on the wall.
They do. So, subscribe to this. We'll keep trying to speak truth to that. We're not owned by anyone. Although if someone wants to spin to Billy, we'll sell this one too. But we'll start a different one. Just like on Multiverse News, we said.
I don't know. I might retire it.
Yeah, if we got a Billy, we'll create something. We'll get out there and create something.
Oh yeah, no. But no, we'll keep going for now.
Yeah. We're keeping this one pretty short because it's just this bad news, and I will sit here and just be a curmudgeon about the world and scream at the clouds for a while if you let me. But we are going to drop a feedback episode. We've already recorded it, but this preempted it because big news, big sad news. And so a couple days we'll have a feedback episode for that last episode of Starfleet Academy. Yeah. I do. One thing I will, just to be fair and balanced, as it were.
Sure. No spin zone.
No spin zone. I think Starfleet Academy is sort of a bad name.
It is a bad name.
I think just Star Trek Academy would have been better. Because I have something. I don't know. I have a hard time coming up with it. I'm always like Star Trek, the one where they're in college. I don't know. Like I have a hard time coming up with the word Starfleet Academy after Star Trek. Like the fact that it has star in it twice. I don't know. This is really kicking a horse while it's down or whatever.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I think it was a bad name, it was a bad concept, and I'll say it, but for that reason, because Star Trek fans, even stalwart liberal Star Trek fans, have detested the idea of Starfleet Academy ever since it was first pseudo announced back in the 90s, and it was going to be, instead of Star Trek 6, they were going to do like a prequel and recast everyone. And everyone was like, fuck that, I don't want Starfleet Academy. And it's been sort of brought up here and there, and fans have been like, no. So the fact that they actually decided to do it, a lot of Star Trek fans were just like, I don't want to watch that. And
Yeah.
so many of them are like, that I keep seeing, it's not even about DEI. They're upset because
it's just that it's a kid's
grown
show.
and I don't want to watch a bunch of kids and their romance.
To be perfectly honest, though, I mean, I remember when I was a teenager reading a bunch of Star Trek books, and there were like the Starfleet Academy novels.
Oh yeah,
and I read a
Peter David,
couple,
right?
and I was like, ugh. I was like, why read about the Academy? I want to see them out there doing the stuff, Like it just it didn't really hit me. Like I was that guy even as a teenager. I thought like I don't really care about what they did when they were. I don't need Star Trek babies. I need Star Trek people doing Star Trek things.
Right.
But man, I cannot believe losing the talent they have behind the camera and in front. Like this is just such a good show. And it's really a bummer to see it disappear.
It is much better than I thought it was. I wasn't excited about it, but I thought it was fantastic.
Can you imagine 20 years ago, those kids I was just talking about, 25 years ago, I guess, we're watching DS9 and reading freaking Peter David Starfleet Academy novels. If you said 25 years from now, they're going to make 2 shows in the span of a year, they're going to make a Section 31 show and a Starfleet Academy show. Which one do you want to see?
Yeah.
It would have been a very different answer than how it turned out.
Yeah, it would have been different, and it would have... the one you think is going to be so good is going to suck ass.
Mm-hmm.
And the one you don't think is going to be good is going to be great and will be canceled without an ending.
Yep. Yep.
Dark days, young fuckers. Dark days are coming.
Yep. Dark days indeed. If they do kill the TV side of this thing and we have to do something else with our Star Trek podcast, I mean, obviously we can cover old stuff, and I'd be down for doing that, joining you and Effie and some things. But I would really love to do like cover something I've wanted to do in Stranded Panda a long time, is just highlight. The problem is no one listens, and this is the problem.
Right.
But like I love science fiction. Do science fiction that isn't popular. Like pick some independent sci-fi, like whether it's comics, whether it's, movies or TV or whatever, and just kind of cover. And we try to do that like on Multiverse News, we do it some, on Bingers Assemble, we do it some, on Always Watching occasionally we'll grab something that just hits our fancy. But like, yeah, I just think that the time is now for independent media to rise. And like, that's only going to happen if the army of content creators out here start supporting some of these smaller shows that like are out trying to do something interesting, that aren't owned by billionaires. Like only cover things that aren't owned by billionaires. I've been thought about making a show like just that just covers shit that's independent,
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see what happens. It's a good idea for a podcast. I feel like it'd be hard to keep up with because it's hard to keep your ear to the ground and know what's around because the billionaires own all the ways of finding stuff out.
Yeah, and when I'm paying attention to indie stuff that's not true. I was gonna say it's mostly my stuff, but the stuff that I'm creating,
right? Yeah,
that's not totally true. I do try to like pay attention to indie authors and stuff that I meet on threads and whatnot.
Yeah. That's cool. Anyway, love you guys. Feels like a dark day. I love you, Dave.
I love you too, buddy. I love your little dog sitting out in the basket behind you.
Yeah, we don't do video on this show, but
no, we don't.
Last couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago now, I got a basket for Mabel, who is my wife's dog, but she loves me so much, and she sits behind me in her little basket, and I really like it. I think it's just really nice. And we used to live in this room, like this was our bedroom, and we moved into the other room. And when we did, we trained Mabel. She would not, this was her room. Like she would not let any other dogs in this room. So if a dog came to the door, she'd flip out and try to bite him and stuff. So when we moved to the new room, we just insisted like the other dogs live here too. This is not your space. This is everybody's space. And so our other two, especially our two dogs that live in, like sleep in our bed, they like got used. Mabel got used to them, but she still likes this room a lot. And so when and this is my new podcast room. And so whenever I come in here to podcast, she's like, all right, we joked that she's like coming to clock in and podcast with me. And I really want to get her a little microphone, because I think it'd be really funny if a little microphone, like a miniature doggy sized microphone, was sitting in front of her.
Yeah, that would be cute.
Yeah,
I mean, already, like, as we're doing the show and you're like, fuck Trump, and I'm like, there's a cute little dog behind you.
Yeah, that is, man, the world is tough right now. There's a lot of hard things, but my dogs are like so just freaking encouraging about the world, just to like sit around in the backyard and watch the dogs be silly. We've got a new dog that we found at CVS. Have I told you? Have I told you about Gideon? We found CVS. We found Gideon at CVS, and he was just no collar, skin and bones, like just. And we got him and started taking care of him, you know, and kind of nursed him back to health. And then like we just recently got gifted a neurologically damaged French bulldog that is chaos incarnate, but lovable as hell. And we got Mabel back here, and I got my big pit bull Quill, who's like 100 pounds now because my mom won't stop feeding him hamburgers. So he's got this like plethora. I know it's really bad. Like I'm trying to stop it, but like I don't know how to. My mom is at an age where she can't learn. Like she will not learn a new thing. She will not change her behavior in any way. So I can like change the environment around her, but she will not change her behavior. So she's been feeding her dog Cosmo burgers for 15 years, or I don't know, 10 years since he's been alive.
Yeah.
And so now she will not stop feeding my dog burgers.
So don't be alarmed if you stumble upon me in the dog outfit hanging around your mom's room. Dave,
she'll also feed you burgers.
No, I got to trick her.
It's tastier if I earn it by subterfuge. All right, Joel on True.
Live long and prosper.
Star Trek Universe is produced by Matthew Carroll and David C. Robertson. If you'd like to hear more from Matthew Carroll, check out all of his podcasts at strandedpanda.com, and go look for his music by searching Matthew Carroll wherever you get music. He did the theme for this show. Find out more about Effie Ophelders and her writing at euphemia.ophelda.rs. And if you want more of me, David C. Robertson, you can find links to my other podcast, DC On Screen, my poetry, short stories, photography, artwork, and my free all-encompassing weekly/semi-weekly newsletter at davidcrobertson.com. All links are in the show notes. If you'd like to reach out and have your voice heard, email us StarTrekUcast@gmail.com.